Right, I think we're live. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another live stream. A little bit late start this morning with this one. Had a bit of admin work to attend to this morning, but that's obviously the joys of running a business. Anyway, right, we're just about to get started with today's obviously orders. As per usual, you know, we got the average. Typical average day. Weather's terrible outside, but I suppose there's no windows in here, so it doesn't matter anyway. So for those of you who don't know, if you just found this video, we are a dropship supply company based here in the UK, and we have a catalogue of about 3,000 products which you guys as dropshippers or individuals looking to start dropshipping can sell. Right now, if you want to see the type of products that we have to offer, open up the chat replay, or if you're during the live stream, go to the top of the chat, and I'm going to post shortly a link, direct link to our website and also to our catalogue. Now you can open up our catalogue and you can go through all the products that we have available to offer, and you can sign up for a free account, completely free, on our website. And you can actually start selling our products right now on platforms such as eBay, Amazon, Etsy, TikTok Shop, Shopify, any platform online. And if you know anything about dropshipping, it's just an arrangement between your supplier, i.e. us, and you as the reseller. When you sell the product, you just send the order details over to us using our retailer app, which you can find inside your account. And it's super simple. We just send the order direct to your customer. That, guys, in a nutshell, is dropshipping, and that's what we do. And the reason why we do these streams is to show our resellers basically an inside look, a behind the scenes look of actually what goes on, so they can physically see us, you know, printing and packing and fulfilling their orders in real time. This is why we do these streams. We've been doing it now for about, I think this is coming to the end of our second week, I think. And yeah, we're streaming about 5 times a week, sometimes on a Saturday. And yeah, that's the whole point of the streams, really, guys. But also, I do like to obviously just help people out through these streams. We've had a good couple of Q&A sessions. So if, for example, you are interested in dropshipping, you don't really know that much about it, or you're struggling with dropshipping, for example, or anything to do with Amazon FBA as well, I've got over 18 years worth of experience in these fields on all of these platforms. So if it's eBay, you know, Amazon, Etsy, FBA, TikTok Shop, Shopify, I am on all of these platforms. Like I said, I've been doing it for more than 18 years. Some of these platforms didn't exist when I started, and I was certainly early adopters to some of these platforms as well. I don't think there's going to be a question you guys can throw at me that I'm not going to be able to answer, right? So if you're not watching this live, obviously I can't answer your questions live, which is why you should subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we go live. That way I can actually ask your questions during the stream. But if you're just watching this afterwards and you want a question answered, pop your question in the comments of the YouTube comment section, and I'll answer your questions in the comments. But if you can, guys, it is good if you can join in on these streams. Just pop your question. I've got a chat, live chat thing there on the screen, so as I'm working, I can see the chats coming in, and then I can try and help you guys with whatever your dropshipping queries might be. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the show. Hope you're liking these streams. Give it a thumbs up if you are. Subscribe to the channel, as I mentioned, and yeah, let's just crack on. Right, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is my usual thing is just post a couple of comments in the top of the chat, just to get things going. What I think we're going to start doing as well, I think we're going to start scheduling these streams. We usually start around about between 7 and 8 a.m. Seems to be about normal. Obviously UK time, because we're based in the UK. Right, so I'm going to post some links in, but what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start scheduling these streams so you guys can see that they're upcoming. I think you can actually subscribe to notifications on it. So the first thing I'm going to put in is our that's a community post page on YouTube. That is a behind the stream. That basically gives you a look. Mister, you joining in the stream? basically that gives you a behind the look scene of what our workstation setup looks like from here. So you can't see it obviously right now, but basically we have 5 screens across the front. We've got a PC, a Mac Mini and a Mac Pro under there. Do you mind? I'm trying to do the stream. Right, that's my cat. She's piping up this morning. So yeah, go and check that on the community post page, and yeah, you can have a little look at what this looks like from the front, because we haven't got a camera on the back, you see. The next link I'm going to post in is basically a link to winstercreations.com, which is our brand store. That's where you can actually go and physically see the type of products that we make here. Feel free to check that out. That's what we're going to be making in today's stream. The next link is our dropship supply website. So this is jasoncarlmorgan.co.uk. That is obviously my name. That's my brand, my personal brand. If you go there, that's where you can sign up for a free account to become a reseller of our products. Or you can get started with us print on demand, or you can get started with us FBA as well. So all the information is available on that site. And then finally, as I mentioned, I'm going to post our dropship catalogue and price list. Now this is a full dropship catalogue and price list with over 3,000 products available in that catalogue right now. And that catalogue basically shows you all of the prices of all of our products, which are available for you guys to sell anywhere around the world, right? So you can go and check out that link to get access to our dropship catalogue and price list right now. And you can check out all the products and all the prices, you know, before you get started. So if you have any questions, do put them in the stream, and hopefully we can have a good Q&A session like we've been having in the last recent streams. Right, that's the last one I'm posting, and I hope you enjoy the stream, guys. And we're going to get started now. Cool. That's my cat. Isn't she beautiful? Look, this Misty. That's one of 3 cats that we got. We got her. She's like a moggy, turtle shell moggle. We got 2 Bengals as well. Which those things, they're crazy ass. Those 2. Right. Like I said, a little bit of a late start this morning, but no less as busy as usual. Hopefully you're enjoying the on-screen screens, so you can actually see what we're doing. Those are a new addition. We've only put them in the last couple of streams. Are you going to be joining us for the whole stream? Hey? Are you going to be joining us for the whole stream? Hey, Misty? Hey, Misty? Hey? Go on, say something then. She's gone shy now. Do let me know, guys, if the audio levels are okay. Let me know if the music's not too loud, or if you can hear me clearly. Had a situation at the beginning of yesterday's stream where I didn't realise the microphone wasn't turned on, and I spent about 5 minutes talking about something, only to find out that the microphone wasn't on. So yeah. So yeah, any of there's tons, right? So basically you could use any of the supplier marketplaces are great, but you don't really need to use them for like processing orders. I explained this in yesterday's stream. So you can use anything like Synchy, Modelist, Spocket, DS's, whatever. It doesn't really matter which you use. The only purpose that those apps really serve is to allow you to be able to easily find suppliers. Once you use those apps to find suppliers, get the supplier information from the app, and go to their website, contact the supplier directly, and ask them if they have any direct integrations for Shopify or whatever platform you're using. And if they don't, just ask them, can you just have their catalog? I can guarantee you they will still want to work with you. And the reason is because these supplier marketplaces, I know this because we're on Synchy, for example. These marketplaces, they charge the suppliers fees every time that you process orders. So they would much rather work with you directly. Chances are you may even be able to get better prices. So only use those apps. Don't pay for them. Just use the free version of the app. Install the app. Use it as a directory to find suppliers who sell the products that you want. Then go direct. You need to get a one-to-one relationship with your supplier if you're going to be successful in the long run. That's what I would recommend. Too many people pay for those apps and then you're just spending money needlessly. You don't need to pay for them. Most suppliers, if they're a decent dropship supplier, like we are for example, will be able to provide you with an integration for the platform that you're using. Like for example, if you come and sell our product, we can supply you with a full integration that allows you to list all 3,000 of our products in our catalogue directly to your Shopify store, like instantly with a live catalogue sync. Most decent suppliers should be able to provide an integration similar to that. So that's what I recommend. We do not need to use these platforms. Basically, they're a waste of money. You'd be better off spending that money on working with and collabing with individuals on social media to actually help you promote your brand and build your store. I can give you a full guide on that. If you go to my website, there's a link in the description of this video, and there is a how-to your first 10k with Shopify guide, completely free guide. Tells you exactly basically how you go from 0 to 10k with Shopify. That's exactly how we do it with all the stores that we build. We build stores for, basically we have clients, we build stores from 0, take them all the way to 10k. Every time I do it, the process is exactly the same. No paid ads whatsoever. Social media influence is the way to go. Hopefully that answers your question, but yeah, cheers for the question, cheers for joining.
I'd lavender breeze, please.
Mm-hmm.
Seashells with the paper in there already.
Appreciate it, brother. I thought there was something deeper to that. I'll check out the and have to do my electrical thing, so have a good one. Yeah, cheers, Joe. Thanks a lot for the comment, mate, and hope you have a good day in work. No, it really is as simple as that. They're just tools. Just use them to find suppliers, and then go direct. They are honestly a complete waste of money because
You will like it.
all they provide is automation. Basically, it's that, you know, they have a utilization where if for example, if you're doing like 100 orders a day and you want to automate that, then yes, they can automate it, but it is really expensive. You know, your supplier, if you go direct to the supplier will have a way of being able to process that many orders for you quickly, with zero cost. You know, you've got to understand you're drop shipping, so your margins are really tight as it is. You don't want to add middlemen to. You want to eliminate as many people out of the chain of who's getting paid in order to make as much money as you possibly can.
The paper's in there ready.
The Seychelles you want to put.
And lavender breeze. And the application tape. back off her.
Yeah.
She got accused of sneaking further back.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is Ellie.
No, the surname, wedding. She's not invited her, so I'm saying. It's like a countdown to weddings with a surname on there.
Oh, it's that one. This is the one that's rose gold.
No, but she hasn't invited the customization. You need the customization for it.
Yeah, I'm just going to use Ward.
Because that's probably not her last name, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Get married, it's not saying to you.
Mm.
You need to reach out to her, but
Hang on, man. Let me just check to see how she's made this. bottom of the pile.
But the binder over there, that obviously needs to be done today if we want it to go.
Oh yeah, that's no worries, yeah. That's fine. Pretty good job of that.
Mm?
It's done a pretty good job of that.
The last thing guessed, isn't it?
Mm. glitter. This. It's in silver glitter, which I hate. Oh well. Oh well, what can I do?
That's right. You offer it, mate. You offer it, mate. You're wise.
That's alright. People just like fancy colours. Welcome to the stream, guys. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat and I'll be happy to answer those for you. Anything related to dropshipping, FBA, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify. We've been doing this for almost 18 years now. I'm pretty sure there's probably nothing that I can't answer or help you with. Yeah, definitely, man. This is the right place. Far away. I've been in this business for over 18 years now, so I'm pretty sure there's nothing you can ask that I won't be able to help you with. So yeah, I do. So the first thing you need to do is you need to understand that places like supplier marketplaces, so I'm sure you're familiar with like stuff like DS's and Synchy, Modulus, Spocket, all these apps that you can install for Shopify. They're all just supplier marketplace, dropshipping software, right? They allow you to connect with suppliers. So I answered this earlier on, and I basically just told the answer at the beginning of the stream. The answer is that you should only use these platforms to find suppliers. You shouldn't use these dropshipping platforms other than to find suppliers, because when you're just starting out, you haven't got enough order volume in order to benefit from what these platforms are able to do for you. They're automation platforms. You know, they allow you to automate the process of sending the orders over to your suppliers, so it's basically completely hands-off. But most decent suppliers will have a way of automating that for you already, just like we do for the people who resell our products. So, based on your question, do you have any tips on locations to find stuff easily that isn't just bland and basic Alibaba stuff? So, it's not the problem isn't that the stuff you're trying to sell is bland and basic. That's not the problem. So, most stuff, the majority of stuff will sell if you can get enough traffic to it. The problem is always traffic, right? It is always traffic. It's almost never your store unless you've got really low effort, but it's just traffic. It's always traffic, right? That's the number one problem. Too many people are like, they hop from product to product to product to product, and you're in that continuous cycle. You never actually build real traffic. You know, you have to understand that, you know, conversion rates, let's just think of all industries, right? So general conversion rates, drop shipping, let me tell you what's good and what's bad, right? So if your store is converting less than 1 in 100 sessions, right? So a conversion rate lower than 1%, that's bad, right? You've got a problem there, right? It means your pricing is wrong. There's something wrong with the way that your store looks, the way it's set up. Something is wrong, right? Your delivery's too high. So that's a conversion problem, right? If your conversion rate is lower than 1%. But say, for example, your conversion is over 4%. If you're converting 4 in 100 customers, well, that is excellent. I don't know why some people seem to think that they should be converting like at 20%. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen, right? You're going to need to be selling iPhones for £100. Even if you were selling a brand new iPhone 17 or something for £100, you still wouldn't convert 100% of people. So you have to understand, first of all, basically where the conversion rate should be, right? So you need to be somewhere between 1 and 4%, right? That is ideal. And when you're between 1 and 4%, you can then work out very easily, it's just a math question of how much traffic do I need to convert. I mean, if you're getting no sales at all, then obviously, like I just said at the beginning, that's just a conversion problem. You've got to think, right, conversion problem. So it's going to be your store, your shipping costs, or your pricing. Basically, that's pretty much it, right? Unless you're getting just completely junk traffic, but then I'd have to ask, how are you getting traffic, right? So if you're running paid ads to your store, first off, I would ask you, like, how would you plan for that to be profitable? Because unless your product is, I don't know, $200, $250 plus $300, you're never going to be able to get paid ads to work, because the cost of running those ads, it's impossible. I don't know why people can't figure this out, right? It's impossible to run paid ads profitably unless you've got super low cost per clicks and really high conversion rates. And I'm talking about conversion rates which are higher than the general average that you should be aiming for, like between 1 and 4% is pretty normal. You know, if you're getting conversion rates above 4%, it's pretty damn good, right? So paid ads are just not going to work unless you're doing high ticket dropshipping. So just don't even bother spending your money on it. The way that you get traffic is organic, right? And you do it through social media, but you don't do it by, it's not SEO and it's not, that's all bullshit, right? Just basically SEO is such a long-term game that SEO does itself, right? Shopify is already massively scored on the SEO side of things just by the way that they've built the platform. It is, out of all the platforms out there, Shopify is the best optimized SEO platform in the world. So you don't even need to worry about SEO. Shopify have already figured all that out for you, right? So over time, your store will get indexed by Google and you will get organic traffic, right? You don't need to worry about that. You need to actually worry about how you're going to get traffic in the beginning when you first start out. And the only way to do it, and this is the only way to do it with basically low ticket dropshipping, which is what everyone sits in, is to use other people's audiences to promote the products you're trying to sell, right? And basically what this entails, I've got a full guide for this on my website, by the way. It's completely free, this guide. You can go and check it out now. The link in the description or the top of the chat. Go to my website, click on the menu. There is a how to your first 10K with Shopify. That is the complete social media influencer strategy that you need to use. It tells you how to reach out to people, tells you what to say to them to get them to collab with you. It tells you how to set up your offers. It tells you what to do, what not to do. Basically, how to grow your business with social media, influencer marketing. And I highly recommend music down. Oh, it's not. Same volume over there. That is basically how you do it, right? So I would go and check out that guide. You need to use other people's audiences because you've got no audience whatsoever. You have no way of, if you post just product images from your supplier on your social media, you're not going to get any traffic at all. But like it mentions in the guide, the purpose of posting on social media every day is not for you personally through your brand page to drive traffic, because you're never going to do it because you've got basically shit quality posts. No one's going to engage with that stuff. You know, everyone's posting the same sort of crap. No one, it just looks generic. the only way to get people to engage with your own social media and grow your own audience is to actually repost content that your effective brand reps, people who are supporting your business by creating content, sharing their audiences, they create the content for you, and then you repost that content, right? That content then gets engagement, and that's how you grow your own social media audience. There is honestly no other way of doing it apart from that. That is the only way that you can physically do it, right? You have to collab with people, you have to literally reach out to them. This means spending all day or all of your free time in the beginning just sending DM messages, collab invites to individuals on social media saying, do you want to collab with my brand? I will give you XYZ product in exchange for free promotion. You create content, you share with your audience, you tag us, right? And you just basically do that, and you just send out 100 DMs per day, or as many as you possibly can. Obviously in the beginning you're not going to be able to do that because of DM restrictions. It explains it in my how-to guide on how to get around that by using multiple platforms. But as you grow and you start getting engagement on your posts, those DM restrictions will be lifted, and you can easily get to being able to send 50 plus DMs per day on a single account, right? But that takes time to get there. But this is the only way to actually grow organically, is this way. But it's not glamorous, it's not easy, and it is hard. And the hard part is actually just putting in the work of, reaching out to 100 people per day. And out of those 100 people you reach out to per day, maybe only five of those individuals will actually take you up on your offer and actually have free product from you. The thing is, what a lot of people do and get wrong is that they offer free product to these individuals on social media, but the problem is it's full of scammers, right? People who just want free stuff for free stuff's sake, and they will happily take it for you. If you say to somebody, I'm selling this product, do you want to try it out for free? And all you need to do is just create some content with it, blah blah blah. They'll take it off you, right? So what you need to do is you need to put filters in place, right? So you need to filter these individuals. So first off, only reach out to people who are interested in the type of products you sell. That's a good start. You can do that by just using hashtag filters on Instagram and stuff. If you actually install the Shopify Collabs app, that actually allows you to essentially build a brand ambassador program, and you can use the filters inside of Shopify Collabs to find individuals who are suited for the type of products that you sell, by just using keywords, right? And you can filter by audience size and stuff like that. But that's another key part of it, is when you're just starting out, is audience size. Again, it does say this in my guide on the website. Audience size is super important, because when you just first launch your brand and you open social media, you have 0 followers. So what's going to happen is people are going to you're going to DM people and say, look, if I give you this free product, do you want to work with my brand? The first thing they're going to do is they're going to go to your social media page, right? Because that's the easiest thing for them to do. Because look, you're sending them a DM, the easiest thing for them to do is just click on your username and check you out. The moment they do that and see you have basically almost 0 following, right, and no posts on your page, they're going to be like, well, this is obviously a scam, right? So you got no chance of them even replying to you, right? They may even reply with scam or whatever. So the point is there's no point reaching out to like people with like 50,000, 100,000, 500,000 followers. They're never going to work with you in the beginning, because you're two ends of the scale, right? You need to work with individuals who are more your size, right? And the way that we do this in the beginning is we recommend that you reach out to people between 1,000 and 15,000 followers if you're just starting out, because that is where we've got the best results, right? And we've done this with multiple stores. So in the beginning, what you need to do is, the only content that you have is product images from your supplier, right? That's crap content, it's not going to get engagement, but that's not the point. What you need to do is post that content daily, your product images, right? Post that content daily to your grid on Instagram, right? And the reason why you do this is because as you reach out to individuals asking them to collab with you, right, to promote your brand, the first thing they're going to do is check out your Instagram. And when they do that, you need a grid full of product shots so that they instantly know exactly what it is that you have to offer, right? and you don't look scammy. There's nothing more scammy than just going to an Instagram page with 0 followers and just no posts whatsoever. So the more posts that you have in your grid, in the build-up to before you start actually reaching out to people for collab on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, you need posts so that they can physically see what it is that you're actually trying to offer them, right? Because they're not going to want to click through to your website, because most people, they don't like to do that. They don't, especially if they think it's possibly a scam, they're not going to want to click. They might think you're trying to steal information or something. People get really weird by this stuff, right? So, but they're happy to click on your profile on Instagram because they know that's safe. So most people post product images on social media with the sole intention of driving traffic to their store, but it never works, right? Because the stuff that they're posting is just shit, right? You will not be able to generate content that's going to get likes, comments and shares, right? You're not going to be able to grow your Insta. The only way to do it is to get other people to create the content for you and then repost and share that. Until you can do that, okay, and you only do that by actually reaching out to people and inviting them to collab with you, until you do that, you can only post these shit product images, but not for the purpose of driving traffic. It's for the purpose of just showcasing what you have to offer these individuals. So in the beginning, the only customers that you have that you actually want are what we call collabs, right? These are people who are paying a small delivery fee for you to send them free product, right? You don't spend money on ads. You spend all that money that you would go and waste on ads. You just put that into free product and send it to people who actually do want to collab with you, but make them pay a delivery fee. Super important, because that is the number one easiest way to make sure that you do not get basically scammed yourself, people just taking free product and then ghosting you and not even promoting your stuff, right? So that in a nutshell is how you do it. The guide on the website is way more in depth than that, and there's a whole video I recorded on it which basically explains the entire process. It's an hour-long video on YouTube. I would highly recommend that you watch the whole thing all the way through. Just go to my website, click the menu, how to your first 10K on Shopify. Go and watch the video, read the full guide. It gives you basically exactly what it is you need to do. That is what you need to be spending 100% of your time on if you want to be able to grow your Shopify store. Do it organically without wasting money on paid ads. All right? Hope that helps. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you sell. What you sell is irrelevant. You can sell anything with traffic. That is a belief. That is a limiting belief that you have. Thinking it's always the product. It's never the product. It's always the traffic. Thing is, you need traffic. You need enough traffic to understand where the problems are, right? You need enough traffic to know to look at the conversion. So if you've got traffic, then you can look at conversion, and then you can decide, well, where's the conversion at? You know, if you've got no conversion, then it's probably price, right? If you're driving targeted traffic, if people are recommending, so if you reach out to people, you DM people, and they collab with you, you're sending this free product, and they're recommending that free product to their audience, that traffic is targeted. Those targeted recommendations, that traffic should convert. So if that traffic is not converting, then I can almost guarantee you've got a price problem, right? You've got a price problem. That's what I would say. And then if it's converting above 2%, you know, or 3%, 4%, then great. Everything else is just minor tweaks at that point, just to sort of squeeze the conversion as high as you can. But if you want to grow, just focus on getting more people to promote you. You know, when we set up these brand ambassador programs for our clients, what we do is we set up an initial welcome voucher, and then what we do is we set up recurring monthly vouchers so that we can actually compound our brand program. So they get the welcome voucher initially, then if they spend the welcome voucher on the website, they get free product, they create content. As long as they've done that, we'll send them a monthly voucher next month, and then they can order again. So what happens is you continue to reach out to people just indefinitely, building your brand rep program so you have more ambassadors promoting your store. I mean, we've literally got stores with we've got stores with over 2,700 brand ambassadors in their program. There are individuals who are able to order free product and every single month and promote these stores. That is how you drive mass amounts of traffic through social media organically. Sheer brute force, sheer volume, guys. But it's, it's labor intensive, man. Labor intensive. DMing 100 people per day, that is tedious. That is pretty tedious. And then you need your brand rep program set up in the right way. You need to be remarketing, sending emails, reminders, telling people to use their vouchers. But all of that stuff is available on my website for free. If you go to my website, if you create an account, that's completely free. You get access to our retailer app, and we've written guides for all of our resellers explaining them how you do all of this stuff. So if you want access to that, go to the website, create an account for free, and you can have access to the retailer app, and you get access to all the information for free yourself. So don't need to buy anything, it's just all there for you to check out. Done. I think this print sums me up. A day without coffee is like, I have no idea. I do like my coffee. Cool. Hopefully you can see that, guys. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. If you've got any questions, pop it in the chat. And anything about dropshipping, Shopify, Amazon, FBA, print on demand, Etsy, TikTok shop, basically anything related to dropshipping you can ask in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you guys.
Yeah, you sent a message to someone, babes. That's a draft order that I know about.
I just sent a message to the person in.
Yeah, it's a draft order. I know about
Okay.
it. Yeah, I know about it.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm saying it's a draft. It's an order that I sent to them. Customer.
Oh. Yeah, so obviously I know what I know. too. Right then guys, if you are watching, I'm going to take a short break to have some lunch. And I'll keep the stream running though. And I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes, I think. Quick lunch for me. If you're enjoying the stream, please give it a thumbs up, appreciate that. And if you're watching this afterwards, please like the video. What do you need help with? Based in the UK as well, mate. What do you need help with? Is it drop shipping, is it, or? Reselling, yeah? You mean like drop shipping, right? Find a supplier, resell their products online, platforms, Shopify, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, that sort of thing? Yeah? Have you been on the website? Have you seen what we do? We do a lot of print on demand stuff, printing stuff really. Wall prints, stickers, mugs, that type of thing. So if not not drop shipping, do you want to do FBA? Buy products from a supplier, send them into Amazon. FBA, yeah? Where are you at in the process? Like, what are you stuck at? Like, what you need to move forward? Cool. Have you got a supplier that you can buy product from? Mentor for FBA. Well, I can send you completely free. I can send you a guide. I'm going to send you something. That's a link to a guide, free guide on my website. You don't need to pay for anything. So let me just pop this in the chat. That's an FBA that's an FBA guide, right? That explains how you can resell the products that we make, that we physically produce here, how you can resell those products on Amazon, whether actively with your own Amazon seller account where you buy stock, we label it all up for you, send it into FBA, or passively where you don't need an Amazon seller account and you just invest in stock that we ship to Amazon and we pay you a profit share. That's the two ways that you can get started selling on Amazon with our products. Or you can go and find a different supplier, buy stock from them, get it delivered to you at home, label it all up, create a shipment on Amazon. In fact, our guide there tells you how to create shipments on Amazon. So you can read through that and that'll tell you how to do it. And also, if you're not even at the stage of, if you don't even have an Amazon account yet, then I've got another guide on the website as well, which is how to sell on Amazon. You like the sound of both? You can do both at the same time. We've got people right now who are doing both. They're doing active FBA with us and passive FBA with us. And the reason why they do both is because they get the best of both worlds. So you mean they have the passive program just for the profit share, And then they got the active program, which they earn more money from. Do you see what I mean? Because the reason why you earn more money on the active program is because you're buying stock up front, and then what we do is we ship that stock to Amazon for you, so you don't even touch it, but you sell it on your own Amazon seller account. So active is good if you've got an Amazon seller account. All you need to do is just create offers against our existing products in the Amazon catalog right now, which you can do, which basically it just tells you in the active FBA guide on that link I just shared. If you scroll down on that page, so I wonder if I can do a screen share. Not that. Yeah, no that. It's not that one I want to capture. I want to capture this. Cool, yeah? You can see that? So this is the link. You should be able to see that. This is the link that I just sent you in the chat. And if you scroll down, we've got a wholesale FBA guide here. This is active FBA. Okay, this is the guide for passive FBA. But if you click on this, this is how you get started with. You can watch this full-length video, and that explains about how you set things up correctly for FBA on Amazon. That's our FBA catalog there. You can see, you know, all the prices of our products and stuff. So how to sell our products with Amazon FBA. So it is literally how to create an offer, everything that you need to know, how to create a shipment on Amazon, step-by-step guide is all there, look. How to confirm it, and then how to send the shipment over to us then finally. Sorry, my mouse is a bit jittery. How to send the shipment then over to us using this FBA shipment form here. And that guide there tells you exactly step by step how to do it, guys. It's super simple, step by step. And there's a full guide for the passive version as well, which is passively, it's like don't even need an Amazon seller account. Passive program is just a case of go to the website, create an account. Okay, so if you want to create an account on the website, just click on the menu, click Start Dropshipping. Just go to the website, create an account. I'll show you how to do that now. So let me pull this back up for you so you can see. So menu, click Start Dropshipping up here, right? Put your email address in here, click Get Access Now. That's going to take you over to, after you do that, that's going to take you to the registration page on our website where you're going to be able to create an account, right? And when you create an account, you're going to get access to this. You're going to get access to our retailer app, right? So this is inside the account. This is what you'll get access to straight away. Okay? Now once you've done that, if you just click on Passive FBA here, this link at the top, okay? Create, this is a separate account, so you need two accounts. You need one for access to our website, and this is where you actually create an FBA retailer account. And here, this is how you get access to our passive FBA program. And all you need to do then is once you're inside that, is just go to the settings inside the FBA account, deposit some funds, and then go to the marketplace tab, and you can start buying existing SKUs or you can enroll new ones. But check out the the passive FBA guide from the link that I just sent you, because that explains how passive FBA works. So it works in two ways. You can either enroll new SKUs into FBA, so completely new to FBA SKUs, you can enroll those just by creating a shipment on the website, or if you just want to invest in existing stock that we already have at Amazon and you can literally start making money off that basically right away, then what you can do is you can go to the marketplace tab inside the FBA retailer app, and inside there go to the marketplace tab and you can literally just deposit funds and then just claim SKUs off other users. Basically you can buy the stock off other users directly inside that app, and yeah, that is the quickest way to get started with making essentially a passive income on Amazon, is to do that. It takes literally less than 10 minutes. I just put your, yeah, if you're not a company, just put your name, bud, it's fine. Yeah, name's fine. Yeah, so that's a good question about TikTok. Why don't I live stream on TikTok? Because I can't. Because I don't have enough following. Yeah, that's no worries, man. I've just started posting like shorts, basically like snippets of this stuff on these streams on TikTok. So I've got loads of shorts already made up. I'm going to start posting on TikTok every day. I don't know, I need to get to like 500 followers maybe, or maybe 1,000 followers on TikTok. I don't really know, but I haven't got access to live features. But when I do, yeah, I'm going to go live on both platforms. Definitely. I was thinking about doing Twitch as well, but I don't know whether it's the right sort of audience. I don't know whether that's more for like gamers. But tell me if I'm wrong though. Yeah, no worries, I got a little one as well. I've got a 5-month-old. I know how it is. In fairness, Katie looks after him a lot. Oh, was that come out the wrong side? I think that's come out 85.
No.
No? Oh. Not bad.
That's the right size. This is the page.
Oh, it's to do borderless.
That's the side bit. That's the side. That is the print design. Look.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good.
I've actually printed the wrong one out, I think.
Also, in your account, in the retailer app section, click on the Slack link. Join the Slack workspace, because then you can reach out to me 24/7, even outside of these streams. That's where basically all of our resellers live. They all live inside of Slack, so they can DM me directly, basically, 7 days a week. So defo come over into Slack if you're going to get started with us. Yeah, I'll be streaming for a little while, yeah? Probably Probably another maybe 20-25 minutes max, I think. I've got to need to wrap it up, to be honest. We've been going over 3 hours now. We started a little bit late today. We normally stream for about like 4 to 5 hours normally, but we started late this morning. But if you join Slack, you can reach out to me all day. I'm online in Slack day and night, so if you need any help anytime, you can just contact me directly in Slack. Anyway. Awesome. Good man. Oh.
Sorry, I'm confused.
No, I said almonds oil. pain in the ass binders to do sometimes, but I got there in the end. God, these binders are the bane of my existence. Literally. Right. Moving on. Let's see. So don't ask why people are buying Christmas stuff, but they do. It's a bit odd. Getting old, guys. Feeling my knees. 40 in August. Can't believe it. I was definitely a spring chicken when I started doing this. I was 21. I'm 40 this year. I've literally been doing it. I've been doing this, the same thing you see now. Been doing this for almost 20 years, guys. Literally. Mad. Mad, mad, mad. Fuck up. Just replace your chart. What, you mean the FBA stuff? FBA can definitely replace the job. I can tell you that for a fact. Yeah. FBA can, yeah. But you need a lot of product, right? You're going to need a lot of SKUs to, you know, say you want to earn 50k a year, right? You're going to need to to be selling a shitload of volume stock. It's very, very difficult that you're going to get there with a single platform. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost 20 years, right? I can tell you now for a fact, what we do here, me and the missus, supports us both, right? Pays for the house, pays for the cars, pays for the kids, basically everything. Our entire lifestyle is paid for by what we do in this room, right? But we would have never have got here if we weren't multi-channel, which means we sell on every single platform, right? So we're on Amazon, we're on Etsy, we're on eBay, we're on TikTok Shop, we're on Shopify, and 2 stores on Etsy, 2 stores on eBay, single Amazon store obviously because that's Amazon rules, but we do FBA, resellers who resell our products as well. That's obviously the dropship, that's the wholesale side of the business as well. You've got to get them multi-platform, because if you want to do, for example, if you want to make like 10k a month, right? Drop shipping, for example, or FBA really, margins are about, like, solid margins are like 20%, right? I'm going to say 25 maybe, right? But 20% margins, right? So if you're doing 10k a month in sales on any of these platforms, all the fees are all typically about the same. So pay your fees, pay your advertising costs, pay your supplier, right? Pay for the shipping if you're not doing FBA. You're making about 20%, right? So if you're doing 10k a month in sales, your take home is £2,000. You've got to pay taxes on that as well, right? Your take home is £2,000, which is, you can walk into a relatively average full-time job pretty much anywhere in the country, and as a adult male or female, over the age of 25, and easily make that sort of money, right? But yeah, all right, you go work 40 hours a week, and if you can do it where you're not having to touch the product and you just send it into FBA or just drop shipping, then it is, you could argue it's a lot less work, but in a way, like, knowing firsthand what's involved. I know it's slightly different here for us because we physically produce products here, so there is physical work for us to do, but there's a ton of admin side to what we do as well. And if you are drop shipping and just sort of on the computer just organizing things, you can easily put 40 hours into that a week as well, right? And you should, if not more. But the way I like to explain this to people is, if you really want to replace your job and this is all you want to do, you have to be multi-channel, because doing 10k a month on one channel is super difficult, right? Super difficult. Not because your products won't sell, it's because it's difficult to get the amount of traffic that you need from one single platform, right? Because they have so many sellers, they literally limit the amount of traffic you can get. So how do you get over that? Well, you just go multi-platform, right? You need to be multi-platform. You need to list products on Amazon, both FBM, right? So you can do drop shipping FBM, where you just place the order with your supplier ships it directly to the customer, that's fine, it's allowed on Amazon. Do FBA, buy product from your supplier, whether that's us or somebody else, get your supplier to ship that product into Amazon so you have stock, and you've got Amazon fulfilling stock while you're sleeping and while you're on holiday. Get on Shopify. Shopify is a fantastic platform to start with, right? Because the reason why Shopify is so good to start with is because, well, a lot of people don't know this. I'll tell you a little secret now, right? Most people get into dropshipping and don't know what I'm about to tell you. Is my camera going black and white? It feels like it is. I don't know, it looks like it on my screen. Start with Shopify, because Shopify is a hub, right? Where all of your product range lives in Shopify, right? It doesn't even really matter whether you sell on Shopify at all. What really matters is that if you're going to be drop shipping on multiple platforms, you need a hub. So you basically can have multiple suppliers, you add all of the supplier products to Shopify, and then you use marketplace integration apps, right, which there are plenty for Shopify. They're allowed to connect to your marketplace accounts and then get those products in bulk onto each of the marketplaces, and everything is handled and maintained in one central place, all in Shopify. That is the ultimate setup to doing high volume on all these platforms, is you need a central hub, and that hub needs to be Shopify. I'm no affiliate links, nothing. There's nothing for you to. I don't get paid for saying that, but this is how we do it, right? You use Shopify as a central hub, and then you connect everything else from there, and that allows you to do bulk. That allows you to list in bulk volume on all of these platforms and easily connect to new platforms when they come up. So go multi-platform, because as I just said a moment ago, 10k on one platform, super difficult. 2k on 5 platforms, not hard at all, right? So that's how you can get to 10k a month, by doing 2k a month on every platform, right? And obviously there'll be some variation, you know, might be able to get to 3-4k on one platform, 5k on one platform even, and another platform you may struggle to get to £1,000 a month on. But overall, if you are multi-platform, you stand a way greater chance of getting to 10k a month, basically multi-platform. So that's what I recommend. And don't put 10k a month as a limit at all. Not at all. You can easily do. Well, I'm saying, hang on. I shouldn't say easily, right? Not easy, because you need to understand the amount of volume that you need to do. I'll give you an idea, right? If you want to do 30k a month on eBay, right, drop shipping, you need a list in excess of 100,000 products on eBay. That is the type of volume, over 100,000 listings, to do 30k a month on eBay if you drop shipping. That gives you an idea of the type of volume you need to do. Alright, so there's about 3,000 products in our catalogue. So that puts you at what? 3% of what you need to do 30k a month with on a single platform like eBay. So yes, you can sell our products by all means, but you're going to need to work with multiple suppliers as well, right? Because in order to get the volume, you know, you're not going to find one supplier that's got all 100,000 products. I'd be very surprised if you're going to find a supplier that's going to be able to offer you a catalogue that extensive, because of the difficulties of then maintaining a catalogue of that size themselves. But yeah, you're going to need to work with multiple suppliers, and the best way to do that is centralize it all inside of Shopify, and then use marketplace integration apps, okay, which are not free, but the amount, if you're bulk listing and you're putting tens of thousands of products from Shopify onto these platforms, then these apps do definitely pay for themselves, right? So that is my recommendation, and that is essentially what is possible. You can definitely replace your job doing this. Hopefully I explained that last bit there about needing to work with multiple suppliers. You know, I would be surprised if we got about 3,000 products, right? And if you want to do 10k a month with just 3,000 products, if you listed all of our products multi-platform across 5 different platforms, so Amazon, you were doing FBA, you were doing eBay, you were doing Etsy, you were doing TikTok Shop, Shopify, you were doing all these platforms, then you could get to 10k a month with 3,000 products from one supplier. That is possible, but only if you're multi-platform. But you're going to hit the limit. You wouldn't be able to do it single platform. Basically, you put 3,000 products on eBay, for example, put 3,000 of our products on eBay, you're not going to get to 10k a month, basically, on a single platform. It's just not going to happen. You haven't got enough product range to get the volume of traffic that you need, basically. That is the problem with these platforms, because there's so many sellers. This is why you have to be multi-platform and just have mass volumes of products. So what a big realization people have when they basically come to me and ask me questions about this stuff is basically I didn't realize how much volume of product it would take on these platforms to get the traffic that I need to generate the sales that I want to achieve. Right? It's tens of thousands and not hundreds or thousands of products. It's tens of thousands of products, and you need to work with multiple suppliers. So, you know, I'm here offering our product range. Like I said, only about 3,000 products overall in our product range. If you want to, you know, get to 10, 20, 30k a month, where you can then start netting, you know, 50k a year take home, You're going to need to work with multiple suppliers, and you're going to have to list tens of thousands of products on these platforms. But now you know that. Now you know the volume it takes to get there. It takes mass amounts of volume. So that's the truth of it. And it's also why so many people don't get there, because they come into this and they just don't understand the volume game. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I'll keep looking that way because the chat, I haven't got the chat in front of me. The chat's behind me. Like I said, it's all about the volume. It's the only way you can get the amount of traffic you need. Just by doing a lot of volume. A lot of product volume, a lot of visibility, that is. It's the only way to get mass visibility on any marketplace platform is to have so much product that people are just landing on your product listings because you've got so much visibility on them. It's not about like giving away 20-30% in promoted listings ads to get the clicks. That just, you ain't going to make any money doing that. That's not a business model. That's just paying eBay 50, 60, 70% in fees. Which they will quite happily take if you do that. They don't care, the platforms don't care if you don't make any money. They'll push their ad programs at you constantly, basically, to promote as a way to generate traffic. But it's false economy for yourself. Basically, just don't fall for it. You have to promote on these platforms. You do have to use sponsored ads, promoted listings, Etsy ads. You have to use these ad platforms because if you don't, you get near zero visibility. Even with a lot of product listings, they've basically designed it in such a way where you now have to use ads, right? But take eBay for example, you don't have to spend more than just stick on the eBay recommended ads. Let eBay optimize the campaign for you. Basically, it will spend roughly, I would say, about 10% on average is what we see in the average spend overall. But you know, some listings it will spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7%. Others it might spend 12 or 13%. But what it's doing is optimizing for the individual listings to make you competitive to get traffic. But that is how you get lots of volume of traffic on eBay. is you do have to play the promoted listings game, but don't fall for the trap of just advertising everything out. You know, people fall for the trap, and what they do, the biggest trap that people fall through with promoted listings with eBay is what, at least I assume they do, is they basically they look at the eBay recommended rate. So eBay like saying we recommend you promote these listings at 12.3%. And what people do, they think they're being clever, and they go, I'll tell you what, I'll set mine at fixed, all my listings 15%, right? And that's madness, complete bloody stupid, because one, you're overpaying massively, right? And you don't get the benefit in extra traffic at all. Because eBay prioritises the listings that they optimize themselves. So what happens is you overpay on all of your best selling products. You're now paying eBay 15%. Instead of what would probably be, if you let eBay optimize, would probably be 10% across everything. And then you're underpaying massively, you're overpaying massively on basically everything, because you're at 15%. And what can happen is that, for example, like if some people, or the other argument people do is they're like, they'll set the promoted listings to like, right, I just want to do a 5% blanket on everything. Again, this is a terrible idea, because you're basically limited to 5%. So not only are you under the average rate of what people pay with promoted listings, so you just don't get any visibility on the listings. The traffic you get is poor quality traffic as well. So this is another thing as well with eBay promoted listings, is that if you spend less, they send you shit traffic, right? So people are like, oh, I just do 2% because that's the minimum, right? But the quality of traffic you get for 2% is shit, basically. Doesn't convert. You need to spend around about what eBay, because they've designed it that way, right? You need to spend around about whatever the suggested rates are. And the most effective, I've literally tried and tested every single one across multiple different accounts, selling all different types of products. The best way to run promoted listings is to just turn it on, general campaign, and just let eBay basically choose the rate, essentially. People are worried that eBay will just spend massively into your profits, but they don't, because they know they couldn't do that, because you wouldn't continue to pay for the promoted listings. You know, it wouldn't work. So that is the most effective way to do promoted listings, is just turn it on, set for all listings, general campaign, and let eBay decide the rates. And on average, it'll cost you about 10%. Good man. Glad I could help. I do try and chop up this stuff in the streams. I try and chop up into shorts. I don't know if you like YouTube shorts or TikTok, whatever. There's a great thing about streams is you catch some gems. But in fairness, guys, that is down to you, because look, you guys are asking the questions, I'm answering them just talking normally, and then that's great, because it means I then end up capturing on these streams hopefully some useful information that I can, you know, condense down into shorter videos and post on YouTube or post on TikTok or whatever. But I really do want to get my audience up on TikTok so I can live stream on that. Right, what am I doing? Getting distracted now. Let me get cracking on, anyway. 1:15. Okay guys, I think I'm going to have to wrap up this stream today. I started late today. We've run basically about 4 hours now. I'm going to have to wrap this one up so I can take a short break. And then I've got to come back in now this afternoon and crack on to get all these orders out before like 4:30, right? Because I've got to do the post. So thank you for joining. Thanks for all the questions, guys, in the YouTube chat thing on the screen there. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in. If you are interested in anything I've basically been talking about in these streams, basically drop shipping, FBA, print on demand, you can go to our website. We have a catalogue. You can sell it if you want. Basically, you know, it's an easy way for you to start getting into FBA, drop shipping, print on demand. But there's tons of free information on the website as well. To get access to it, you just need to create an account for free on the website, right? So go to the website, go to the menu, click Start Dropshipping, enter your email address, create a completely free account. You get access to our retailer app, and from there you'll have all of our basically completely free guides on everything about dropshipping, print on demand, FBA, and how you can get started basically in all those things, right? So hope you've enjoyed the stream, and don't forget to come over to my Slack. Again, inside your account on our website there is a link to join Slack. Come over to Slack and then you can reach out to me basically 24/7, really, day or night, I don't mind. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you over at Slack. If you have any questions about anything, even if it's, you know, unrelated to stuff that we do, if it's dropshipping, FBA, print on demand, any of the platforms, the major platforms, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, I'll definitely 100% be able to help you out with it. I can hand on heart guarantee that I'll be able to help you out, right? So be back again tomorrow morning with a stream, hopefully sort of more on time tomorrow morning, so maybe about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock start tomorrow. But yeah, Friday tomorrow. Yeah, it's been a long week, busy week, and I'll catch you in the next stream. Please give this stream or video, if you're watching it afterwards, a thumbs up. I will try and condense this stuff down into a shorter video, which is obviously just, you know, catches all the useful information, and then try and put that up onto YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But yeah, there you are, guys. I'm going to wrap this one up now, and I will catch you in tomorrow's stream. Make sure you join. Right, see you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.